Hey there folks, this is Lucifer Lake Warden, coming back at you with a very special video. I'm actually really happy to be filming this video today. Just gonna jump right on into it. As everybody knows, 10 years ago, I wrote my first book, The Satanic Testament. Okay, giving you guys a good look at that. I did all the cover artwork and whatnot. I do all my own artwork for my book covers and everything. Now, since that time, this book has sold internationally, but it hasn't garnered super great sales. It has garnered some mixed reviews from various Satanists and Satanist groups around the world. Some of them love me, some of them hate me and everything. But I wrote this book almost 10 years ago. Actually, yeah, 10 years ago this past month, I published it. And it was written in 2009, and it took me a couple years to finish it out, and I published it in 2011. Now it's 2021, and last month, as everybody knows, I announced it, that I had actually gotten this book republished. And in not just this format, though, but in a new expanded and revised format. And I just got in today my author's copy. This is the exact copy that you guys will be getting. To give you guys a very good look, there's the book itself. And you can see on right there the STS seal. Here in just a minute we'll actually take a look at the interior of this book, but anything you see with this logo seal on STS merchandise, and it says Satanic Thulian Society in a very particular font. You can't fake this font because, well, it's not an easily found font, and yeah, I'll know it immediately. Anytime you see this particular seal, you will know it is STS canon material. What does that basically mean? That basically means that it is part of our reading list. It's part of our personal canon material. There is stuff in here that is, that is, I can't really think of the word. I'm getting tongue-tied here. There's stuff in here that is required in STS, and our philosophy and our whatnot. Sorry, I'm just really happy to have this in, and everybody knows I don't script myself, so I'm a little bit tongue-tied right now. So, let's go ahead and take a closer look at this book. I'm going to pause the video and restart it back up when I've repositioned the camera over my altar, so you guys can actually take a deeper inside look at what is in this book. So, just give me one moment. Alright, now, we're back, and so here we can see both versions of the book side by side. Currently, the revised and expanded edition is only being sold in hardback format. That is why it is so expensive. I basically got gypped recently by Amazon on the pricing of one of my books where I had to take it down from sale. I will be republishing that one, but so in order to mitigate that, I've had to bump up the pricing on the hardback copies of this one. There will be cheaper versions of this in paperback and PDF format. So, moving along from that, what we see here is we see both versions of the book side by side, and I want to show people just how much thicker this book is compared to the original. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring them up like this. And when I say expanded and revised, I literally mean expanded and revised. This book is significantly larger. This one has 208 pages, and this one has over 316 pages grand total. So it is a much chunkier book. And what we see here, this is my original books format, so it's very basic, very plain. Not really too much for the contents and whatnot. So yeah, you can see there was only 2 sections in this original version, and that was it. You didn't really get as much in fanciness for this. I was just really just basic and simple. But I liked this book. It really made me feel proud. I'm still very proud of it. And of course, all this artwork is my old artwork and everything. So now we're going to move on from this. So now we have the revised edition of this. And you can immediately see it has been totally revamped and reworked. I just got this in today, so pages don't move easily. A totally new table of contents. As people are probably noticing, I love working with various types of fonts, and I just think fonts are beautiful. What you get in this one is no longer is it just 2 segments. You now have 3 different segments. Or no, correction. You have 5 segments. And we will be getting into that in just a second here. So, of course, you have the introduction, a new introduction to the whole thing. And the First Testament. Now, this First Testament area is literally my original book, the main body of my original book. This is the actual same book that you get here. Oops, sorry. That is here. There's a few chapters here that have had a couple areas reworked to update it, but the main context is identical. The Second Testament, which is a lot of my newer articles that is found on the website and everything. A lot of these you will find on our website for, context there. So we have the spiritual beliefs of Anton LaVey. The Giant Saying files are here. An argument for Shem Hamfrash, Satanic politics, who or what is Satan, a strange synchronicity, and an encounter with the ghost of Anton LaVey, which is a previously unpublished article by me. Yeah, I'll not go into that. I don't want to ruin it for you. And The Age of Lucifer begins. This, of course, people will begin to understand very quickly what that is about. So, moving on. The Book of Infernal Revelations. Now, one thing I will say right out. This is sort of a creative writing project. But not all of it is totally in that way. I'm a big fan of Michael Aquino's Diabolicon and his meditative works that he wrote creatively under meditation for the original Church Satan and everything. And this is my answer to that as sort of a continuation. So the Book of Infernal Revelations addresses some ongoing things and concepts that a lot of people may or may not think of, and adds a good quality of lore. A lot of this is written out in a fictional lore pattern, but it is also goes towards some of our beliefs and creativity. Moving on from that, the Book of the Hellscape. Now, the Book of the Hellscape is literally what it sounds like. This is a book talking about hell. This is completely about hell and the afterlife and our concept of it. So few Satanists talk about this. A lot of them don't even believe in a real hell. Here in the STS, we actually do believe in a real afterlife, sort of, much in the same way that we believe in an actual Satan. So we believe that it is created, shaped, and molded by our personal faiths in it and the stories we tell about it. So what we have here is we have a basic description of the afterlife and how it could be possibly be real. And this, of course, is an article in the same vein as the Second Testament articles, and the same goes for the Satanic Condemnations. The Satanic Condemnations is a series of 4 states of being as you die that could pose a problem for a person's consciousness in the afterlife. So, we all know about Christian sins, the 7 deadly sins. These are sins that you will be punished for in hell. We don't adhere that people are necessarily punished in hell for just basic little petty shit, but what can catch people up is their own personal hang-ups and things such as depressions, dying in a state of depression, sadness, grief, self-loathing, all sorts of things, or even in a state of extreme anger. These are what we call the Satanic Condemnations, and what can happen to your personality, to your spiritual self, your soul, if you will, if you die in one of these states, and how it will affect your experience in the afterlife. And then we move on to an understanding of the realm of the damned. So this is a description of how things are in hell, okay? And what that basically is we go into a full description of hell in its levels and layers and everything. So we go from here to the walls of Erebus, the Asphodel, the Cupido, the wastelands of Hades, the city of Dis, beyond the walls of Dis, the realms of Gehenna, the prison of the Black Spiral, and the Ninth Circle, Tartarus. A lot of this is based on John Milton's Paradise Lost and Dante's Inferno. Okay, many of these areas I take almost directly from Dante's Inferno. It is a creative writing project, again, going back to how we shape our beliefs and our afterlife and everything, and how we manifest that as a group into reality. And so that is what this is. This is part of our belief structure and how we can shape it. So if we basically read this and we take it to heart and we put it in our mind that this is how things are going to be, then our experience in the afterlife, our experience once we die, will be very similar, if not identical to this. As an overall group, though, multiple people looking at things like this will, of course, make it much more fruitionist to the overall thing, to the overall global population. It goes into that sort of ether. And, of course, you can see into how that works from the Who or What is Satan article. Finally, we come to the last segment of the book. In the original book, I had a small section on a couple rituals and everything, and I've replicated that here. So, on this time, I've added 3 rituals instead of just 2. One of these rituals you will actually only find in this book so far. We have not added that into the Black Grimoire, and that is our Grotto initiation ritual. We don't actually utilize this ritual. We have it on file. We can utilize it. we don't actually utilize this ritual. This is a Church Satan ritual. It was in the original book, which is why it's also here. This segment is called a segment of the Black Grimoire. The other two rituals are in the Black Grimoire directly, but you can also find them here. And that is our ceremony of ordination. This ritual replaces the original version that I had in my original Satanic Testament, which was a Church Satan version that was sort of watered down. I found the Temple of Set version, which was an expanded version, and I also added on to that, which created this version. This is the same ceremony of ordination that we filmed for our Halloween Hell event. It was the original ritual that we started off the entire Satanic Thulian Society with. It was our first official ritual, and yeah, there you go. It's in this book. And lastly, the final ritual of the book is the Black Mass for Solitary Practitioner. Literally, yes, we have 3 different Black Masses. All 3 can be found in the Black Grimoire, which is up for sale. I will later do a video on that when I get my author's copy of that book as well. And you will be able to see some videos that I have from last year and the year prior of the Solitary Black Mass, which, yeah, I have videos of that as well up on my channel here if you want to go check them out. Finally, we have about the author, and there you go. That is the entire book of what you will find in here. Now, moving onward, I have broken this down, as you saw, into various sections, and each section starts off with this little sort of setup. So you will see it says First Testament. There will be a little bit of artwork here. All the artwork for each section is different, and then it gives you a bit of a poem. This poem is the original poem that started off in my original book. I have brought it back over for this book and given it this wonderful font. And what it says is, I am the haunter of the embracing darkness. I am the bringer of fear. I am the scorner of peace and tranquility. I ride the storm clouds and the night. I seek to crush the commonplace. I seek to strike terror in every heart. I know no compassion or pity. I seek to be satanic in all its manifestations. Now that is really, when I first read that, it was years ago, and it really hit me, which is why I added it into my book. And I've kept it here. This is a beautiful poem. We have others like it in different sections. And each section will also include an intro that describes what it is basically about. And then we move into our different articles going forward. As you can see, the book is significantly larger. And just very wonderfully made. I honestly could not be happier with this book, and I can't help just to look at it. Whenever I see a book that I've written and gotten put into publication, it's something magical for me, and I enjoy sharing that with everybody else. And I hope that you guys like this book if you order it in. Currently, it's only available on Lulu. I did just verify it to also be sold on Amazon, which is the reason why it's so expensive. Like I said before, Amazon really screwed me out of some money last time, and so I'm not going to have it again this time. Again, this is all my artwork, okay? This is our custom trapezoid Baphomet sigil. Again, my artwork, my design. You see it in my ritual videos above the altar area, above our fireplace altar area. And this, unlike the normal sigil of the Baphomet, which traditionally goes on the western wall, this sigil, one of the concepts for it is it can go on any wall. So you can use it on a northern wall, a western wall, an eastern wall, a northeastern wall, southwestern wall. It doesn't really matter. And so, yeah, that is our sigil. So that is that. And just give me 1 second. So that is the Satanic Testament. I hope you enjoyed this video. It is really special to me to write books like this and to be able to hold it. In our modern era, we're going all digital with everything, and eventually a book like this is going to go the way of the dodo. So to be able to physically hold it, there's something truly magical in the very notion of a book that you can open up and read from the pages. There's something very special about it. And I'm glad you guys came along. I'm glad you guys could see this book. Go out and buy it. Seriously. It's definitely something that I would love to hear people's thoughts and concepts of it. I want to hear their feedback, your feedback on what you think of the book. Have you read it? And what you think of it. Again, for STS members, this is on our required reading list because it has various notions and concepts that are part of our curriculum. But outside of our active members, it is optional because it is a very expensive book in just the hardback form. I will be getting paperback forms out. I will be getting digital PDF versions out. So, people won't be restricted to just buying an expensive hardback copy. But, if you guys do, I think it's worth it. Thank you all for watching. If you like this video, if you like what you saw in this video, go ahead and hit that like button. Give me a thumbs up, or please, that really does help out with YouTube algorithm. Tells them that you like what I'm doing. If you haven't done so already, see that little red button down there? Hit the subscribe button and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of this. And yeah, tell me what you think in the comments down below. I look forward to seeing everybody again, and I look forward to hearing what people have to say about this. Until next time, share this video as well. Till next time, like, share, subscribe. I'm Lucifer Lake Warden. I'm out of here.